Naruto Storm Esports, a rare yet incredibly special series of events where some of the best Naruto Storm players gather to show who's got what it takes to take home a nice prize and be officially known for their skills. There has been esports tournaments in Storm as far back as Naruto Storm 3, leading up to Naruto Storm 4 with some incredible moments that most of us won't forget.
Senju takes it, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Believe it.
Believe it, there it is.
That's it.
However, due to a recent statement by a CyberConnect 2 developer, it seems Naruto Storm Connections doesn't have any plans for competitive play. That doesn't mean there will be no tournaments in Connections, does it? Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Poison Akami here, me, myself, and I back at it again with another video. And today's video, I'm going to be talking about esports in Naruto Storm Connections. Before I continue with the video, if you guys are actually looking for more consistent content creators, then be sure to go and check out Cycle of Hatred. I just want to give a quick shout out to him because he's actually been uploading very consistently in Storm lately, and he's also a channel member of mine, so I thought, why not give him a shout out? So if you guys want to see more Storm creators alongside myself and E and anybody else that's uploading Storm that you may occasionally watch, be sure to check out Cycle of Hatred. Be sure to subscribe to him, check him out, watch his videos. He actually does upload some really good fights, and he also shares his views and opinions on Storm. So if you're always looking for another creator, that's the guy. So there has been a statement out in the community about a developer saying that Naruto Storm Connections will actually have no plans for competitive connections at all. It's been stated in an interview. Here is the excerpt here, basically stating that they didn't actually have any competitive gameplay in mind when developing and making Naruto Storm Connections. This is actually quite devastating to see because there's a lot of a competitive community out there. North America have their set of competitive players. There's a lot of us here in Europe that play competitively, and I'm pretty sure other countries like Japan as well, the Asian countries, and then more like South America as well. I'm sure a lot of them do actually have a competitive scene out there that are willing to compete. So obviously after this was announced, a lot of people are shook by this, literally taken by storm by this. However, thankfully, Mr. Air Force have already made a video basically reassuring that it's still possible from the community standpoint that there is a chance to make tournaments. But I also do know that Bandai themselves still have the power to do this. I don't think it's foreign knowledge that the Naruto Storm games weren't ever fully created with the intention for it to go to esports, otherwise there would be more implementation with it in esports such as EVO. However, this actually never stopped the game from having tournaments. As I said in the intro of this video, there has been showcases of this game in Naruto Storm tournaments. As far back as Naruto Storm 3, there are people playing on stage at an event somewhere competing for a prize pool. And again in Storm 4, there has been multiple in-person events for Storm 4 tournaments where prize pools has been won. And who has the sponsor been behind these tournaments? No other than Bandai Namco themselves. Bandai Namco, the publishers of Naruto Storm, do have the ability to sponsor communities for tournaments. So if there are ever Naruto Storm tournaments at places like Wizard World or maybe even EVO, Bandai can jump in and say, yeah, here's something towards the prize pool, or yeah, we'll help get behind this and help you arrange the tournament. So even though CC2 themselves don't actually have any competitive intention behind their Storm games, it doesn't mean that the publishers don't. Bandai Namco do have their whole esports page and do enjoy producing esports in games such as Tekken. Just because CC2 themselves said that there's no competitive intention doesn't mean that the competitive scene is going to be completely dead. It literally just means that somebody else will just have to take the wheel and it can still live on. But what does this mean for the future of competitive Storm? I've always seen Storm to be sort of like a parallel game to the Smash Bros series. Smash Bros was never actually intended to be a competitive fighting game. It was only meant to be a party game that was released on Nintendo consoles many years ago. By the time Smash Melee came around, there were set players that actually saw the game, picked it up and found some competitive value in it, brought it to light, and now we know Smash is one of the biggest fighting games out there for competitive esports. And Storm could very much go in the same direction. Again, like Smash, Storm was never a game made with competitive or intention for esports behind it, hence why it never got a massive esports scene. But it's the community of players that can bring it to light, and it's up to us as a community to actually make something of it. Bandai are known to be quite community driven and to be involved within the community, so if we show Bandai that there is reason to give Storm Connections a competitive outlook, then they will get behind it and help us bring it into competitive light. In brief, what I'm saying is, don't worry, Connections still has opportunity for competitive play. Within our community, there are people happily willing to sponsor competitive sets or even follow-on tournaments. And like I said, there are sponsors out there that always do have their eyes open and are always watching in the shadows to see if Storm is worth putting their money into. It's just up to us as a community to show them that it is. And it is. When the likes of Sunny Slayer is winning 7,000 euros in Cologne, Germany for a massive ESL tournament in Naruto, it can show that the game does have a chance. I think one thing that we need to settle on the community is a set rule set, or maybe even just have no rules whatsoever, and then just good sportsmanship. If we can just get those two things down and have consistent competitors, the game will have esports. Easy as that. I'd like to think with connections and then the limitations on Storm Gauge, we wouldn't have to ban characters like Choji and the other dash cuts, and we wouldn't have to worry about Tamari being too powerful with her cover fire. That being said, we shouldn't really have to implement any bans or anything. Especially with the Awakening being so short, this actually nerfs Danzo and Sage of 6-Pass Madara a lot. The only character I can think of being a pain in the neck is Kaguya with her lava jutsu. Her lava jutsu, or her lava taijutsu, I guess, or lava combos can actually make it so that you're button locked. But if CC2 can get around fixing that, then I guess there's no reason to having Kaguya as a bannable character. But that is everything I have to say about it, is to reassure you all that even though CC2 themselves have said we have no plans for competitive, it doesn't mean that other sources don't. And Bandai is just as big as a source in this as CC2, as Bandai Namco are the publishers of this very game. And Bandai has fueled a lot of encouragement behind the tech and esports scene, so why not do it for Naruto Storm? So let's just wait around to see what happens when Connections releases, and hopefully we will see a nice big tournament come out of it. I sure as hell can't wait. As always, it's been your boy Poison Akami. Janet.